with your exclusives.
You 3. You count.
Yeah. So after looking at tape from Sundays, what are the biggest adjustments that you guys have had to make?
Just in the zone, not paying so much attention to the high post pass, fanning out to shooters, covering shooters when the ball goes into the high post. You know, sometimes you gotta sacrifice something to gain, and so, you know, just letting, you know, if they can knock down that high post shot, we'll live with that. But teams that really want to get shots against us are using the high post to kick out the shooters, so we got to do a better job of covering, fanning out, and covering shooters.
Your talk with Dante obviously seemed to have had a large impact. To be able to show a player like that, this is, yes, you did exactly what we were talking about. Now just keep doing. How helpful is that to reinforce that behavior?
Well, I mean, not just for Don, for the rest of the team. It was a valuable lesson. You know, the most interesting thing is he scored 31 points and he didn't get invited to media in the first game. Typically, you score 30 points, you're going to get invited to media.
Yeah.
And so I think that was the first lesson for him. I think Kingsley and Justice got invited to media. And so, you know, and then for him to do what, you know, I'm telling him, my staff is telling him to do, and then him having success the very next game, it's like, okay, you know, we know what we're talking about, man. We've been doing this for a long time, all of us, you know. I have an unbelievable staff, and so, you know, it was a great lesson, and for him to get the lesson this early in the season is very valuable because, you know, moving forward, we got a lot of games left, and he gets it now. He gets it now. I think moving forward, you know, you won't see, you know, the erratic shot selection.
The hero ball.
Yeah.
With as short a rotation as you're working with, obviously with two big guys out, does that make it tougher to run a press and run it effectively?
It does, because you got to have fresh bodies out there. You got to have guys that are fresh legs. And you know, it's tough. I mean, it's exhausting, and you know, you absolutely have to have more guys in the rotation for it to be at its optimum level. And so, yeah, getting Jawan back, getting Cole back, really helps us. The freshmen, I just have to have more confidence in them. I have to do a better job of trusting those guys.
One of those guys that we talked about early last week, and then we noticed in practice was Austin. Obviously, you said he was one of your best, if not the best shooter. Is there a concerted effort to maybe get him in earlier? Because he came in a little bit later than I think a lot of us were like, that's, you know, for a top shooter.
There's just more guys at that spot.
Okay.
You know, it's just more guys at that spot. At the end of the day, it's not. You know, you can play Roman at the 3, you can play Nick Ham at the 3. Justice is starting at the 3. It's just more guys at that spot. You know, he can play some 2 as well. You know, sometimes it's just a numbers game. You know, it's just how many guys are at that particular spot. You know, it's just. But he'll continue to get more and more time as he continues to improve on the defensive end.
Since we last talked to you in a setting like this, you've announced the signing of your 3. Will their addition next year help you in terms of a depth and being able to run a press for more?
Absolutely, because you bring in 3 guys that are athletes, have good feel for the game. You know, it absolutely will help us. You know, we recruited those guys to play this style, and so you know, it's going to help us just because, you know, not as much them being an addition to the team, but just our guys going through a season of it, you know, and kind of getting this is the first time any of them are ever having to play like this. And so the freshmen become sophomores, the freshmen come in and they have the learning curve of it. But I feel good about, you know, the improvement of it and just kind of building it from year to year.
Does that help in terms of now you have a whole group of people that can teach the freshmen a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's all about them kind of watching from the sideline and learning from the older guys. And right now, everybody's kind of in the process of learning it. And so in year one, so in year two, Justice, Juwan, Don, they'll have it down, and so we'll help those guys be able to sit back and watch the older guys run it and see the rotations, because it's all feel, because you can't script what the offense is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's all reads and feel, and so even when I teach it, I give them the basic concepts, but I can't script it for you, and so they have to be able to go out and figure it out on the fly.
In a sense that they're going to have to they have to make the mistakes to learn. You can't force the mistakes on them.
Absolutely.
You spoke about Juwan. Do you expect him back for Thursday's game, or is it still?
I hope so.
in the air?
I hope he's back on Thursday. I don't have confirmation that he'll be back on Thursday, but I hope so.
Did he practice today, or?
He was in practice today. He didn't practice full practice, but he was out there.
Just like a stomach flu or something, a bug.
Just a flu. Yeah, it's taking its toll on him for the last week and a half.
Obviously, you can't control for things like that, but he was one of the guys coming in that I think at least many of us in the recruiting world thought, oh, that guy's going to be an exciting piece, and to not have that piece, how much has that changed the way the teams look compared to what you thought they were going to look like?
Well, I guess the best way to kind of compare it is, once we threw Justice into the lineup, you saw how excited everyone got with the addition of him, and how different our team looked when we put him in the game. And so I think Juwan is a kid that can have the same kind of impact.
And Justice was a late, under recruited type of kid.
That stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you're willing to work and learn and listen, then
It's good.
All right.
appreciate it.